Well, hello there, stamping friends. It's Tracy Rather from Plum Crazy Stamping, and it is December 4th and the beginning of a new month and another Facebook Live. Tonight is actually our monthly paper pumpkin. I'm going to be doing the November 2023 Warm Wishes kit, and it's a bunch of treat boxes, and they're gorgeous. And then I'm going to use the wonderful stamp set that was provided and make a tiered card for you tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down and take a peek at the desktop here. And as you're coming aboard, please put your name in and where you're watching from. And please use the comments if you have any questions or comments on the projects. So here we go, looking down at the desktop, and I need to get my computer caught up here. Can you believe it's December, and actually 3 weeks from today is Christmas? Oh my goodness, time is flying, and no kidding. All right, there we go. As I said, this is Warm Wishes. So Paper Pumpkin is our monthly subscription product, and you can order this a month at a time. You can order it for 3, 6, or 12 months at a time. And it's wonderful. It's a gift that comes every month. I think I've shared with you before that my husband buys it for me for Christmas, but we actually buy it during Celebration because then we earn a number of free products when I get this for the whole year. And then every month I get a present, and I absolutely love it. So inside, it comes wrapped in tissue paper. It was this beautiful yellow this time. It has a stamp set, which I have on all my acrylic blocks already. And you get an acrylic block once you start getting Paper Pumpkin. Let's see, I got a Mossy Meadow Stampin' Spot with it this time. I also got some linen thread that we'll be using. And I received dimensionals, and this time I didn't get the little adhesive dots because we don't need them with this kit, but I did get tear and tape, and we'll be using that. And this one came with cellophane bags because it is a treat bag kit, and a number of die cuts and stickers, which I'll be showing you shortly. So I'm going to put that out of my way, and then we always get a really nice instruction sheet, and I don't know, gosh, it might be going on 1.5 years or 2 years now that we get full color instructions. You can see this is a kit that makes 8 treat bags. On the back, you can always check all the supplies that you have. They're listed here. They put some alternative projects that are available here. They let you know what colors are being used in this kit. You can always go to paperpumpkinhowto.com if you don't get to watch a broadcast like this about how to put together the kit. And then inside, as you're getting yourself organized, they'll tell you in Project 1, you're going to need all these parts of the kit. Project 2, you'll need all of these items. And then they actually go project by project with detailed instructions about how to make each one. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at Project 1, then we'll do Project 2, and then I'm going to actually use the stamp set that came in this kit to make the tiered card that I wanted to share with you. So let's get started. So I've already mounted my stamp here and cut the 25 inches of linen thread. We've got the label for our sentiment or our tag here. I'm going to use my take your pick tool and get the die cut little piece out of here so I'll be able to thread this with the linen thread. And we've got little die cut wreaths as a part of this. I'm going to just set these over here. And then we have actually our treat box here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to bring over my Pierce mat here. And actually be easier to see this if I just move my paper to the side. I'm going to use my larger Mossy Meadow stamp here as I ink this up. And stamp my sentiment. All right, got a little bit on the edges here. That's what happens when you have a nice, well-inked ink pad, right? All right, there, I think we're fine now. Go ahead and just center this on the sentiment tag. There we go, and I'm going to go ahead and let's stamp the tag from the next one too, since I have the ink out. This one's going to say, "'Tis the season." All right, we've got that one. And I'm going to close this up and show you how these treat boxes go together. Let's go with our first one here. Now these are super easy, and I have to tell you, I don't have the treats, so I'm not going to put the cellophane bag in here. I'll show it to you, but I'm not actually going to put it in and put the final piece of Tear and Tape in here, because I want to buy some so that I can actually give this as a gift. So I'm just taking the score lines, which are already on here, and going ahead and creasing them good with my bone folder. Okay. And with just those creases, look at how easy this comes together as the treat bag. And inside, so right here on the bottom, you put one piece of Tear and Tape, and then you're going to actually take the cellophane bag that they have provided, go ahead, open it up, fill it up with whatever treats that you have, and then you're able to roll this cellophane bag down. Okay. And then they've provided stickers as a part of the kit. It matches the wreaths to actually seal your cellophane bag filled with little treats. Okay, so like I said, at this point I'm not going to be doing that just because I don't have the treats. I set the cellophane bags on my stamps over there and they got stuck. Okay, so, and then you put the Tear and Tape right here, so I actually put it on this one. I'm just not going to stick it on here right now. But then the you just take your twine, or linen thread, I'm sorry, and wrap it around a couple times. So we're going to wrap this around. And then when this is hanging off the top, we're going to go ahead and just put this through our gift tag. Oh, doesn't want to participate here. And then we're going to make just a little bow to hold this in place. All right. So that is going to hold that in place. And then just putting dimensionals on the backs of the wreaths that have been provided here. Just need to take the adhesive covering off of here. These are so pretty. I decided I'm not going to make the alternative card from these that, you know, sometimes I cut the projects apart to share with you. I actually am going to use the stamp set because I like these so much. I don't want to not use them as treat containers. I want to fill them with candy for people. So let me get this on this other window here. And don't these wreaths just add something? All right. And there is the finished treat holder, and it will have the goodies inside. So let me put it up a little closer for you so you can see it a little better. There we go. Okay, so that is treat holder number 1. And let's go ahead and look at the next one. Oh, there we go. So I'll flip our instructions over. In this case, this is very similar to the other one that we just did. So only this one is blue. And need to fold the roof down here. This has got the blue glitter glue that we had on our last kit. If you can notice, these could go together with the cards that we made last month. And then need to get this. Also crease. The nice creases help this to just stand up very straight. And then this one's just a smaller single level home, but the same 25 inches of linen thread. So how easy is this to make beautiful treat boxes? They've really, in this situation, done all the hard work for us with these beautiful die-cut treat boxes. Oh, this one I'm gonna just wrap twice. All right, and then grab the 'Tis the Season. Go ahead and put that one on here. This would be a really cute little stocking stuffer. You could actually have this little house sticking out of the top of the stocking, which would look adorable. And you could actually, since you get to fill them, you could put every person's personalized favorite candies, and they wouldn't have to be alike. They could be different based on what people like. All right, so this one, I would mess with that string a little bit, I think. All right, and then we're going to go ahead, and we have 3 wreaths to put on this one, the windows and the door. So this, once you lay these out, this is also a very quick kit. The only stamping being the sentiments. Except wait till you see the stamp set that they put in here, though, to be able to do something else is really a nice stamp set. Okay. So there is our number 2 treat kit. I love the glitter glue that they have on here. Very festive. All right, with that done, let's go ahead and let me show you the card that I designed today. So I don't know if you can see the snowbanks are layered here. And I'm going to use some Wink Stella, and I'm going to show you how I created the snow. And I'm going to be using an embossing folder here. And then coloring with Stampin' Blends. And we've got a little cute inside too, and I made it 3D. So let's go ahead and make that together, and you'll see how simple this is. So I actually went through the scraps of cardstock that I had. So this is soft sea foam I'm using as a background. And then I took a piece of the Balmy Blue. And this one actually, I used the Winter Snow Stampin' Up! Folder as my embossing folder and just ran it through the cut and emboss machine. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue that on the front here. Way to get a little snowflakes in something. I haven't done any cards with snowflakes. I think I'm going to save them for January this year. We've just started really getting snow in the last week or so, a couple times around, and it's melted, and then we've gotten some more. All right, so we've got that background. Oh. Okay, and then I took just another 4 by 5 1/4 sheet of white paper that actually you can see it will totally cover this. Well, this is what I'm going to start making my snowbanks with, and I'm actually going to need a second one to create 3 tiers of snowbanks that I put on here. So let me just go ahead and take the first one, and I'm going to make a snowbank not quite half of the whole card front here. So I'm just going to randomly start cutting a couple of different snowflakes, all right? And then, see, I can use this second half, but actually it got pretty equal. So I'm going to cut a little bit off the bottom of this one. So let me just grab my trimmer here. So we'll have this one as the back. And let me set that out of the way here. Grab the trimmer. And I'm just going to cut this down, let's see, about this much, I think. About a 1/2 inch. Now let's see. So this, you know, as you make your snowbanks, totally up to you. So I kind of like that layer. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's white on white. And let's see here. I think I'm actually going to make this third one the higher bank because I'm going to stamp my greeting right on this one. So let's go ahead, and with this one, I'm going to cut this part a little bit higher. Because this is actually the background of the snowbanks. All right, there we go. I like that better. And I'll keep this when I'm making another card. I've got the beginning snowbank again. So I'm just going to set that off to the side. All right. Then let's go ahead and actually we're going to do stamping on the inside, and we have to do stamping for our door and all of the other accessories here. So let me just get the trimmer out of the way, and let's go ahead and do some of our stamping. So I'm going to use my Memento Black because I am going to be coloring in these images. And let's see here. So I'm going to first start with the sentiment on the very first snowbank, and this one is going to say special delivery. Okay. There we go. And I tell you what, I misplaced my usual thing of Memento ink. So I had to open the new one I bought. Oh my goodness, you know what? It is beautifully stamping for me. It's such a treat. For Christmas, get yourself a new Memento black, a tuxedo black ink pad and enjoy it. A fresh ink pad, especially this one I use over and over and over. It stamps so nice, you guys. I love it. I forget, you know, when you use one for a while, it's never quite as perfect as it is when it's brand new. It just stamps so easy. So treat yourself. All right, so there's the inside of our card. Now, let's make the things that we're going to fussy cut to put on our card. So I love this doorway with the bushes for Christmas. Okay. So this doesn't have to be centered because I'm fussy cutting it. So I'm just trying to use this one scrap to get all of my stamping done here. Then they have a little puppy. So we'll get that on here. And presents. Okay. So then to speed things up, I have already cut these. So let me just bring these in here. And I started doing some coloring, but I haven't done all the coloring yet. So I've got the little dog done here, and let me tell you what colors in case that helps. So the dog I did in light soft suede, and then I did real red. And we've got some presents here in just a variety of colors, and really you could do any colors that you want for this. And then as I'm doing the doorway here, let me just set these off to the side. Okay. Now remember, when you use stamping blends, the alcohol markers, they always bleed through, so you want to make sure you have something underneath it. And then when you do different colors, you can do shadowing. So I don't know if you can see in the cement a little bit. I did do a little shadowing in the step, and also the bushes. I'm going to do that with you. And I'm going to also do that in the doorway here. So I'm going to start with the light and the dark, and this is actually cinnamon cider to make my doorway. And I started getting a little of it colored in, but I thought we could finish this together. So just going behind the wreath. And then I'm purposefully coloring. Now you won't necessarily see these lines, but once I do the shading with the lines a little differently, you'll see it. So I am following the grain of the wood just in case as I do the shadowing. That will all show up. And remember, you always want to stay just inside the black lines because it can bleed a little bit. And then I am going to do the inside panels, but I'm going to do a little shadowing so you see that they're panels. And inside the wreath, you can see the door. So I've got to get that part colored in. All right, and then I'm going to do the panels, like I said, inside the door here. And what's beautiful about the markers, you don't see the lines. If you were using the Stampin' Write markers, you'd really have to be careful because you would see the lines as you're coloring. This blends together. All right, but I do want to get more of a wood grain look, and I want to see this the panels be shadowed a little bit because they are indented. Oops. I forget the one side of this was a little dry. I've used a lot of cinnamon cider. So I'm just going to use the brush tip here, and I'm going to go around the inside of the door panels to to make them darker. And then I'm going to just do a little hint of the graining. Just by putting a little darker line in here. Little shadowing. And then I'm going to take the light cinnamon cider and I want to blend it a little bit. So it looks, and the circular motion of this helps that just to blend in. Okay. Let me put this up there so you can see the blending of the door. It kind of makes it look inset, and that's what I'm trying to do, and you can do that with Stampin' Blend markers. So then for the bushes, I'm going to start with, this is the Light Evening Evergreen. And let's just get a couple, I'm just going to make little marks here and there through these bushes. This is the darkest color this time I'm starting with. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get Soft Succulent, the lightest soft succulent, and go ahead and fill in a little bit more of this bush. So this really shows you some different tones of the green, and then I'm going to take the dark soft succulent and I'm going to just add a couple more. Kind of fill in the colors between these. And it actually is a third color, but this is the way that you're going to have, you know, different shades of your evergreen. So there you go with that. Then I'm going to move those, wait, I'm sorry, I'm going to use the soft succulent colors for my wreath. So I'm just going to take, let's see, is this the light one? Nope, this is the dark one. So I'm going to go more around the edges of this. You know, and sometimes I'll go in the middle a little bit because I want to see the variability of those colors, right? Get a little bit up here. Okay, then I'm going to grab the light and use the brush tip here. Like I said, if I go in a little more circular motion, it'll help blend in the dark and the light. So these are sold in pairs so that you can do the shading. And then I'm going to go to my Real Red, and I'm going to use the light color first and do the whole ribbon. All right, and then I want the dark to just offset the shading that they've already put in here as artists, and I'm going to shadow a little bit of the bottom of my red ribbon, okay? And then that white looks kind of starkly white, so I'm going to use light balmy blue to make the glass. Then I'm going to show you how I even lighten it up after I put this in here. So there is also a marker called a color lifter that actually, if you go outside of the lines, you can help get rid of it. I also use it in places like this where I don't want it to stay a solid light blue like that. And what it does is it actually takes some of the color out. So I'm going to go more in the center part of these panes and just lighten that up by using the color lifter. So let me show you that, because as it dries then it actually lifts some of that light blue color out. So can you see how it's not light blue and it looks more like a pane of glass? Okay. So with that, then I wanted to, this doorknob I did make silver, not so prominent. So I actually love these black matte dots. Gosh, they were in the catalog a while, but I thought this made a great doorknob. So we're going to put a doorknob on there. All right, so now we've got this. Now let's go ahead and finish our snowbanks. So for the snowbanks, I am going to go back to my light balmy blue, and I'm going to use the brush tip, and I'm going to go sideways. So to get started and make sure I kind of figure out how hard I want to press, I'm going to use this part that's going to be hidden first, just to get myself practicing. And I kind of want to get as much across the sheet as I can. And then, you know, you want to have, you know, some piling snow. So you might want to do a, you know, a couple that are a little arched. Okay. So we've got that one. Now let's do another second one here. So I'm going to start down here again, get going. And then, you know, I like to go along the edges of those snow banks so that I'll see a little definition. And then kind of just go back and forth with the side here. Okay, so now I've got some more snow banks. And then let's go ahead and do it on the one that will be in the very front. Okay, so we've got our snow, and I'm going to add to that with Wink of Stella, but I'm going to do that after I get it all layered up on my card. So let's set this off to the side, and now we're going to start the biggest snowbank is going to go flat onto my card front, so I can just glue that down. Oops. Kind of left it open here and it got a little glob on it, but we've taken care of that. Okay, so we'll get this. Put our first snowbank down. So now if you were making this, you could use half of a piece of your front of your snowflake paper if you wanted to, if you were mass producing these. All right, now I'm going to kind of figure out where I'm going to put my door, because I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals and I'm going to pop the door up. But I want to know, I just want to cover a little bit of the door so it looks like it's, you know, randomly with the snow. So this one I did do higher, but that's fine. So I'm going to kind of do it there. So let's go ahead and put the dimensionals on the back of this one. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of hold this in place while I get this attached. I want to make sure it's still in the snow here. or the sky, I mean. Okay, so we've got that. Now I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals around this. And this is a good place to use these, what I call the bones. Remember, I've showed you when I cut these off of the ends of my dimensionals, because I want to keep it all the way, you know, along here. It's just easier instead of doing a number of round ones. So I'm going to go ahead and put this along the bottom edge. And then I'm going to do these on the sides. So I'm just going to cut this one in half. And I have this other half here. So if you have long sentiments, these are great for that too. And then remember, I'm going to need to slide my door in here a bit, so I'm just going to use this off to one of the sides. And then I can put in a couple round ones here. Right, let's pull all of this off. All right, and then I'm just going to line this up with the bottom to match the first one that I placed on here. And see, it goes over the step a little bit. So you kind of want to create where you can see that it actually is tiered. And I wouldn't go, I'm going to put a third tier on here, but I wouldn't go higher than that if you're going to put it in the male. So I'm going to do this one, and I am going to pop this one up. So let me just get the couple more bones here. Great way to use up the sides of your dimensionals. And this one we don't have to worry about because we're not going to pop anything large down in this. So the cool thing is when you make these tiered cards, as you're thinking about it, if you want something so hills, you know, if you have a farm set, if you have a landscape set, making these tiered cards to make your landscape really makes a difference, because now I'm going to show you, I'm going to take my little dog, and he's going to go like he's coming out of under that snowbank. So I'm going to actually glue him down solid to this so that he can be kind of in that second snowbank. Okay, and then as I pile these presents on here, I'm going to have one be flat with the sentiment. And then I want one that's going to literally be kind of popping out of the snowbank. So I'm going to use one of my mini dimensionals for that one. And then this one, I think I'll have it hiding kind of behind here. So I'm going to get that with just a little glue and hide that one behind that other snowbank. So that you can see that they're all kind of in different places. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my embellishment. Let's go ahead and just get the center of the card in since I have the glue out. Then I'm going to use the Wink of Stella. And I'm also going to use some other rhinestones just to embellish the card a little bit more. So this is one of those special cards for some special people, you know, taking a little extra time and doing a little extra embellishing. Now, I don't have one extra present right now, but I would do what I did inside this card. Color one more present, and I actually did put this on a dimensional so that it's popping up inside the card. That's always a nice little surprise. So I would do that on this one too, and before I put it in the mail, I will do that. But now let me get my Wink of Stella. So this is our glitter pen, and I'm just going to go back and forth with this. Give it a little squeeze here. Get the glitter to come out. So I'm following kind of those lines that I did the balmy blue to make it look like streaks of glitter across the snow. And it might be hard to see on camera, but when you see this in person, it really adds. Okay. So let me see if I can show that to you with the light. Can you see the glitter? I just stuck my finger in it. But there, that really makes a difference to add that. And then I'm going to take our rhinestone basic jewels here and just add a couple to add a little bit more interest. So I'm going to take the biggest one and just put it right there. I think I'm going to take a little smaller one just up here. Maybe a medium-sized one over here. Now you could go a few more if you wanted to, but at least we've kind of got the three and somewhat of a triangle. So this is just the stamp set with the paper pumpkin, and I'm going to use this stamp set for years. And the thing is, I have a couple of different stamp sets that have come that would actually accent this with homes and other, you know, trees, that I could just make all kinds of scenes and just use this card design with tiered snow or grass or whatever. So with that, that is our demonstration for the Paper Pumpkin Workshop this month. And, you know, we've got treat boxes and we've got this extra tiered card. I hope that this has just given you some creative ideas and a little taste of what's available in Paper Pumpkin. Anyway, let me go ahead and turn this up. And, you know I haven't said hi to anybody. I've been so busy. I will go ahead and look at your comments and answer them after the broadcast here. And I just want to thank you for joining me. Tracy Rather from Plum Crazy Stamping, and I'll be back on Wednesday at 1 p.m. in the afternoon with Facebook Live. So take care, friends, and happy stamping. Bye-bye now.